They say that beyond the mountains of Kashmir lies a forest that exists on no map. The path to it is never the same. Dense trees, silent waterfalls, and a faint, rotting stench in the air. The local shepherds call it the settlement of the Jinn. And the biggest reason anyone dares to go there? Just to satisfy a single, burning curiosity. This is the story of 7 friends from a university in Islamabad. Rayhan, Arif, Saima, Lubna, Waqar, Hamza, and Nadim. They had all heard of a place in those mountains where the kingdom of the Jinn lay. For centuries, no human had ever returned alive. But youthful thrill runs faster than reason. They set off in an old van, traveling for 2 days. Cold winds, rocky paths, and graves scattered along the way, small, nameless graves, their headstones carved in an unfamiliar script. Finally, they reached the foot of the mountain. There, an old wooden bridge stretched across a roaring river. Beyond it was the forest. Black, deep, as if it could swallow light itself. The moment they stepped inside, an unnatural silence wrapped around them. As they walked, the tree trunks began to change. Some had human faces etched into them, like memorials of ancient sacrifices. Some had white threads hanging down. And some had shadows that were reversed. Suddenly, they came upon an open field. In its center stood a stone settlement, small dome-shaped structures. They looked like graves, but with openings like doorways. On them were strange symbols, carved faces with missing features, and writing that looked like Arabic only backwards. Rayhan whispered, "This is it, the settlement of the Jinn." In stubborn defiance, they all stepped inside. Inside the settlement, the cold wind stopped. The stone doorways creaked open, and a foul smell spread, the stench of rotting flesh, ancient soil, and something that reeked of an open grave. Then came a low whisper, as if someone had leaned in close. "We have awakened." They all looked at each other. Then the first scream rang out, Saima's. A shadow slid up behind her, and her body sank into the wall as if the bark of a tree had swallowed her. Lubna ran, but her foot got stuck in one of the stone graves. From inside, a skeletal hand shot out and dragged her down. Her screams echoed for a moment, then silence. Waqar and Hamza sprinted into one of the domes. Inside, the air was damp and freezing. Then the door shut by itself. When Rayhan and Nadim looked again, blood was trickling from under the dome. Now only 3 remained: Rayhan, Nadim, and Arif. They tried to find a way out, running desperately. But every turn brought them back to the same domes, the same settlement, as if some unseen force kept pulling them back. At last, they found an open clearing. Ahead was light. They ran and emerged into a beautiful valley. Green grass, a crystal-clear lake, the sound of birds, and a gentle breeze. For a moment, it felt like everything was fine. But when they looked into the surface of the lake, Nadim had no reflection. Blood began to drip from Arif's eyes. Rayhan's eyelids hardened, turning to stone. Then, from behind the trees, the Jinn revealed their true form. Tall, thin, towering figures with empty eyes, bone-like hands, and deep cracks running across their faces. Arif tried to run, but the ground beneath the lake softened. His feet sank. Faceless shadows emerged from the water and pulled him under. Nadim's body shriveled until it looked like dry wood. Rayhan tried to scream, but his tongue was frozen in place. The last thing Rayhan saw, the grass of the valley was actually made of dry, broken bones. And the lake's water was red. Days later, local shepherds found 2 bodies. Nadim's eyes were wide open, but his face was clear as glass, hollow inside. Rayhan's body had turned entirely to stone, but tears still trickled from his eyes. They say that forest still stands. That settlement still breathes in silence. And whoever goes there becomes a part of it forever.